Okay, so we've just done the video on Cork City. We're staying in County Cork in Ireland and we're going up the road to the town of Cobh and we're looking at Cobh Ramblers Football Club. Now, this football club goes back to 1922. That is a very, very important date in Irish history. Note that. They were elected to the League of Ireland in 1985. Now, their current home ground is St Coleman's Park in Cobh. It has a capacity of around 5,000, so it's been heavily upgraded over recent years. Currently has a capacity of around 5,000. Now, the foundation story of this football club is exceptionally important for Irish history. And I've done a fair few videos on the GAA and the amateur status of the GAA, the history of Croke Park. Cobh Ramblers, their origin story is very interesting. So you've got parts to do with the Irish War of Independence and then the Irish Civil War. So originally, in the town of Cobh, there was a hockey club, and members of Cobh Hockey Club, many of their members, played football quite happily with the British soldiers in the army camp at Cobh before the Irish War of Independence, and obviously after the British leave and during the Irish Civil War, which led to the club being formed in 1922. So before the First World War, football in Ireland was an all-Irish league encompassing the 6 counties of Northern Ireland and obviously the Republic of Ireland, what is now the Republic of Ireland today. The majority of football teams were based in Belfast, although there are obviously historical teams based in Dublin and also around Ireland. But then the Irish War of Independence takes place following the end of the First World War. We also have the Easter Rising, and then we have the Irish Civil War. So the early 1920s was a bit chaotic in Ireland, and that foundation date 1922. So the British leave, and then you've got the pro and anti-treaty forces in Ireland decide to fight each other for a bit, and then we get the Irish Free State, and then we get the Republic of Ireland later on. And Cobh Ramblers, their foundation goes back to that period, so 1922. Now, another interesting fact, they were a founder member of the Cork Athletic Union League in 1947. Out of the 14 foundation clubs of that non-league, basically, so the regional leagues below the Irish League of Ireland, they're the only club left. Of that initial foundation 14, they're the only club left still in existence. And another fun little fact, they've only played 4 seasons in the Irish top flight in their history since admission to the League of Ireland in 1985. So they really are the true underdogs and in Irish football. Some interesting former players. There are a couple of quite famous former players. Roy Keane obviously started his career at Cobh Ramblers. He ended up going to Nottingham Forest and then on to Manchester United and then finishing his career with Celtic. Stephen Ireland, quite famous of Aston Villa fame, started his career in the youth team at Cobh Ramblers. And a very famous musician actually was a player for Cobh Ramblers at one point. That's Nicky Byrne of Westlife fame. Yes, he also played for Cobh Ramblers at one point. So I thought I'd put those fun facts in there. Their major rivals are, of course, Cork City, but because Cork City have spent most of their existence in the Irish top flight, very few seasons in the lower levels of the Irish game, and because Cobh Ramblers only spent those 4 seasons in the top flight since 1985, their rivalry is, while it's intense, it's limited to competitive matches head-to-head because they're rarely in the same league at the same time. So I thought that was quite interesting. So there we go. There's a brief history of Cobh Ramblers. More so to do with their origin story is quite interesting, and of course the political, social and historical nature of the early 1920s in what is now the Republic of Ireland and of course in Northern Ireland, which I find quite interesting. And the fact that the hockey club, the original hockey club, many members played football with the British soldiers camped up the road, is quite interesting because obviously association football was seen as a garrison sport, hence why the GAA remains deliberately remains amateur. Football or association football, much like rugby union and rugby league, were seen as garrison sports because the British Army played them in their downtime, and hence why Cobh Ramblers exists. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comments section below. I would love to hear from any Cobh Ramblers fans because I do have a lot of viewers and subscribers from Ireland, especially from County Waterford, County Wexford and County Cork. So I'll be really interested to hear from you guys down in the right at the bottom end of Ireland, and that's where my family originally originates from. My dad's family originally going way back before they came over the Irish Sea into Liverpool. So very, very interesting part of the country that I actually want to visit as well. So from me for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.